But like, let's talk about the CGI nature. This is controversial. Do you think Disney should use their CGI Leia in future episodes? And let me show you this. So if you take a peek right there, that's how they did it. Grand Moff Tarkin, for instance, in Rogue One, which has been out long enough that you shouldn't be complaining about spoilers, even though I just saw it. Grand Moff Tarkin was actually played by Guy Henry physically in this apparatus you can see here. So the question I'm curious about what y'all think is if Disney should CGI dead actors in Star Wars. Carrie Fisher died yesterday. Peter Cushing, who plays Grand Moff Tarkin, died back in '94. My beard, dude. What am I? Base to your point, Disney thought about I should have combed my beard. I look like a savage. I am a savage. Disney thought about writing it so that Tarkin was always a hologram, or always was delivering his orders through other people and never worked directly. So they did consider not doing it. It was considered. But this is the first consideration that we've kind of come to is, I guess, the legitimacy of CGIing dead people. Now, I kind of am the same way as Base. Like, you know, if Carrie Fisher sold her likeness to Disney, then as you know, the character Leia, then Disney can really do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Um, I'm pretty sure that the Cushing estate was consulted because the technology didn't exist when Peter Cushing died in 1994. They consulted his estate, made sure it was good to go. As to the quality, I mean, it was legit. I considered showing you some images, but I don't want to show images of a movie that's still in theaters, and you really need to see it in motion to get it. Now, I'm purposefully dragging out our conversation a little bit. I don't want it to be too long. I want to get into the 7 days to die, but I want to start fucking with this IRL section. I'm going to red pill the shit out of you in a little bit. Okay? We're going to continue talking about Princess Leia, but you're going to get red pilled very hard soon. Now, as far as a moral issue, I think it goes back to individual rights. Um, if Carrie Fisher signed over her likeness, she's scanned in, she's property of Disney, whatever the terms of that were. But let's say, let's expand our consideration of this topic, right? Because if you look at the title, we're talking about why it really matters. Now, does it matter whether or not it's respectful to dead people to recreate them in CGI? Not really. No, that doesn't really matter. Hold on, I need to red pill my monitor real quick too while I'm talking. That's why I like doing shit live, nice and real. This is why I would never want to edit and make YouTube videos, even though I will probably put this part on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Why does it really matter? Well, let's say you scanned in the likeness of a political figure. We're about 20 minutes into the talk. Here's where the red pilling will begin. About that. Because again, if you take a look here, this is even brought up on CNBC, like mainstream news, talking about the future of Star Wars without Leia. I don't really talk too much about Cushing in this, but they do mention Paul Walker, similar things, focused on the morality of how to deal with deceased actors in stories. Not really any thought given to the implications of the existence of the technology. So, with consideration that military technology also tends to be quite a bit ahead, what if a political figure was given the old scanneroo? I'll see if I can find something for you. Might not be able to find it. Yeah, I should have looked it up ahead of time. You may have seen it, but there was a video of someone showcasing some technology they'd created similar to how they made Princess Leia, where they were cycling through political figures, Clinton, Trump, etc., and just making them talk. A digital recreation of them. Similarly, Adobe has a Photoshop for voice, partially how Princess Leia was recreated by using already recorded clips. So it brings into question proof, the validity of, if I got a video of this. consider how easy it would be to make a convincing video of anyone doing anything. I feel like the only hurdle is you'd have to scan them in. You couldn't really clandestinely scan someone in. Ahab brings up the Tupac hologram. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment, because we started just talking about everyone's caught up. They're talking of the morality of recreating dead folks in CGI. We accept that it's possible, like it's no big deal. And again, I mentioned I saw Rogue One recently. And it was very convincing. Spookily. Uncanny valleyly. So we began just talking about that. Then we got a little more red-pilled, talking about, well, what are the implications of the technology itself? As far as the validity of video evidence, right? So let's take the red pilling to the next level. Well, first, when mentioned this interview, I think I should be able to find this one. I couldn't find the video I wanted to with the digital Trump and Clinton, but might be able to find this. There it is. Now, there's a certain way you got to do this to make it copacetic for this section. So give me just a second. But here's the link for you guys. This is the. There we go. Take a little bit. Assange interview with Russia Today from November. I got the link there for you guys. An example, which I don't know how I feel either way. An example people have indicated, because I said the hurdle was scanning someone is pretty noticeable. If you're trying to scan them to a level where you can recreate it like Princess Leia, Grand Moff Tarkin, Carrie Fisher, and Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing, by the way. I gotta smoke one to that. You can find videos where they analyze this and try to say, okay, this is clear evidence or it's digital or whatever. I don't know how I feel about it. But it's feasible. Some people think Assange might be in captivity related to his activities during the election. If he's under coercion, you could scan him and then have your little digital puppet to say whatever you want. Do I think that happened? I don't know. I don't know. Could go either way. But that's a potential implication of the technology, is you would have a digital puppet that you could utilize. Nicely, and I actually haven't watched the newest Assange interview, but the same theory kind of stands up. You could do it with anybody, you could do it with anything. So the red pilling can go a little deeper too. kind of related to something Ahab mentioned a minute ago. I don't want this to go too long. We've been talking like 30 minutes already. Definitely going to keep it under an hour before I get into some 7 days. Just trying to use this section a little bit more. Appreciate that, Lena, but would you mind maybe DMing it to me or doing a Twitch message? That way it's like permanent and I can check it after. I appreciate it. Keep it under an hour here. We just missed 420, by the way. I want to start taking advantage of the IRL section a couple times a week to bullshit about stuff. But I still, the main focus is chilling and gaming. So, the red pilling can go deeper. You mentioned that it's actually audio only. Good example of that. Potentiality of the Photoshop for voice. Especially public figures. Think about me. I could just be a digital creation of the videos of a dead guy who was assassinated and being used to coerce the youth. I mean, I'm totally not. But it's possible. Now, are you all familiar with the holograms at Coachella of people like Tupac and whoever else it was? Dead folks, dead recording artists, who again, it's a situation where their likeness is technically owned. They make sure it's cool with the family, hopefully. I don't know if that always happens. And regenerate the likeness via technology since it is owned. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can try to pull it up if you have no idea, but probably heard about it. That's actually what it is. I've been meaning to tell you all along. I'm a digital recreation. I've been assassinated, and this is a false Devo. Take it through the steps. Started off. Moral controversy, reanimated Peter Cushing, Carrie Fisher, Leia, Grand Moff Tarkin. Oh my god, right? Step that through to, well, I guess you could do it with anybody, right? We step that through to other things like the digital puppets of political figures that are out there. You can find videos of the Assange interviews, that type of shit, right? So the next step we can step it through is the like crazy holograms of dead performing artists that they make for Coachella and shit like that, right? Now the example I want to talk about here is actually the example here is this game that Globe gave me real quick that he said, I don't know if it's good or not, but it seems like it could be up your alley. So very dank miss indeed. You got a snake. You got a skeleton, and it looks like it's in a dungeon. So that I mean, that's pretty much everything I need. Appreciate that, man. Merry Dankmas to you too. I have to check that out. Might be good. Appreciate it. Merry Dankmas, man. Look, I got lights everywhere. There's lights on my chair, you can see. So the holograms. There was a. I'll try to bring up the visual aid while I talk. I'm not very good at multitasking. My testosterone's too high. There was a Hillary Clinton appearance, which let's see if this dude actually has the footage of it, or if he just like talks. All right, yeah, here you go. There was a Hillary Clinton appearance, and again, I'll post the link, and I'm doing it all in the fair use way, not full screen. There you go. This is Sinister Skeptic analyzing the video. People thought that this was a fake appearance, that this was like a pre-recorded thing where I guess they thought her health was too bad to make an appearance. So they had this pre-recorded setup, which was just a display essentially. Do I think that's true? Probably not, dude. but I wanted you to see that for the concept. Imagine, I mean, if it was well done. Because it's like, was that appearance that nah, dude. But would that be a thing that would be done? I mean, what about the general in Metal Gear Solid 2? So it's interesting to me that no one in the mainstream, at least in the media, seems to be interested in analyzing like those types of implications of it. Because I think it would be cool to talk about and to think about, and I'm sure that there's like some sciencey shit that people do analyze it, but it's something I just thought about, and I thought it was cool and kind of spooky at the same time, because I saw Cushing and Fisher in the movie, and they were very spooky, and it was very impressive. And then you get to thinking, and you're like, man, it raises all these philosophical questions, like the validity of like video evidence that comes into play, of all kinds of stuff, crimes, political stuff. For example, I don't know names, but there's been completely fake pop stars and Instagram accounts that are not a real person at all, just the generated person. So then, like, history becomes editable in that scenario. Like, proof, evidence becomes really tricky to determine across the spectrum. You know, I kind of focused on the political side there, but that's just like a small aspect of it. And then if you take that the step further, what is that supposed to mean, Smiles? The face of a goon. Oh man. If you take that a step further, then you deal with the hologram concept, where you could generate physical representation of something, a person, right? It's crazy. Like, imagine if you had a building and you hired private security and you hired like only 20% of the amount maybe you really needed, but the other 80% of security guards were fucking fake holograms. Like, so, you know, not to really look at it ultimately from a negative perspective, just, you know, analyze things further, think about them more deeply. Or, a good example is like there was the problem with Hillary's crowds during the election, right? I mean, fuck. People are like, oh, the Russian hackers. What if the Russian hackers were hackers who made huge holographic crowds that look like they support Trump? Boom. Or in war, just fake, you know, people. Or you fucking Metal Gear coming over the horizon, and all the insurgents like flee, but it's nothing. It's literally nothing. This is trippy, man. That is very far fetched. The video stuff is like there. It's there. Like that's the like. I'm not even real. Like this is literally a. Sorry, they don't allow me to think about what I actually am. I'm a. You know what I mean? So that's pretty crazy. I think that's everything I want to talk about it. Is that everything? Well, talking about the hologram thing where you got someone scanned in, Lena, like they the Illuminati fly in. No. When you're making a hologram, as far as I understand, it's just a light shown through a film, essentially. So you could build it in into like let's go back to like that security guard theory, you know, like a hypothetical. Let's say you had like spotlights in a parking lot. You could build it in to the light. The light could have a security guard that patrols where the light shines. For sure, JC. I remember I saw World War II, maybe World War One. Even they had inflatable tanks. So it was like it looked like a tank, but it was a balloon. It'd be kind of cool to have one of those. Was there anything else I wanted to talk about it? So yeah, sucks that Carrie Fisher died. It's cool to see it back in. The actress and actors, Grand Moff Tarkin and Leia. I like that. I think it's cool as long as the families and stuff are cool with it, that they keep doing it. As long as, you know, I guess in Cushing's case for Tarkin, it's got to be his family because he died in '94. For Carrie Fisher, it's hopefully they like signed a contract before she died, so it's cool. Everything's legit. But yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Red Pill level 1. Oh yeah, actually, Globe. It was like an aside. Rogue One was badass, better than The Force Awakens. See if you haven't. I just now had a chance to. I loved it. It was fucking awesome. I'm gonna go see it again. Anyway, but the red pilling, number one, video, not evidence anymore. You see a video of something, probably didn't happen. I'm not real. The news isn't real. Let's see what else. Justin Bieber's like a made up character in a Pixar computer. Basically, that idea, you know. What is the validity of video evidence anymore? Then the next red pill level is you've seen Coachella, the holograms, talked about that Hillary Clinton conspiracy theory. Could fake. We talk about tons of implications, security, military, whatever. I think that's everything I want to talk about it. But before we're done, so this IRL thing is like a new Twitch category, and I'm really happy it's here because I stream basically every day. Right now I'm playing through Divinity, and then I switch it up every other day. So right now I'm gonna play some 7 Days to Die once I'm done talking about this bullshit. IRL, you can stream basically whatever. And I've been itching to do like just random esoteric topic talks from time to time. Get it out of my system. That was one of them. Probably be doing the IRL things about twice a week. They'll be cut up and highlighted like everything else is. If you ever check the highlights section, there's literally hundreds. It'll be easy to watch them if you miss them, but it'll be a chance to talk about some of the esoteric topics that we like to talk about during the O show, which itself is like a giant red pill. We like to have some dank conversations on there. But this allows me to focus on a specific topic. Kind of bring it in. This is a fake stream, Globe. What I want to show you is I write on paper because I'm 75. So we got some other good ones coming up here. We got not all these are related, by the way, if you can speed read. I'm gonna do you may not know, but I'm a wizard. So I'm gonna do an occult. Ask me anything. We're gonna do a really cool one on Friday. Fridays will be the regular. Yeah, this is a tablet. I used cuneiform on it. Every Friday I'm gonna do one of these things, and then randomly when I feel like it. Friday we're gonna do political compass. So I'm gonna show you mine. Look, I'll red pill you early. Because you're here hanging out, I'm gonna give you a little bonus look at it. But Friday, come back. We're gonna do political compass. I'm gonna show you mine. You're gonna show me yours, and we're gonna talk about what it means. So, see, I'm not a Nazi. People always think I'm a Nazi because I'm an American nationalist. But politically, look, I'm centrist as a motherfucker. But not very much. Just a tad. I'm a little bit freedom oriented. Now, my girlfriend, you see my, yeah, is middle and then one to the left. He's right here. So my girlfriend's a little more authoritarian than I am, and a little more communist. How am I a liberal Democrat if I'm what? Right here. I'm a Zen. This is Jedi right here. As girlfriends tend to be. That's true. This is Jedi right here. It actually just means because she's authoritarian, she likes it when I dominate her. Anyway, that's an example of that. We'll do that one Friday. Every Friday we'll do one. Cool shit. But we're done talking about Princess Leia. Now we're gonna play video game.